Late at night, a security camera in a deserted games room picks up a strange form, followed by unexplained activity. First, the pool table comes alive. Then, the pinball machine. Evidence, some say, of a paranormal presence known as a poltergeist.
Classic poltergeist activity includes things moving around, weird noises, or even the sound of invisible footsteps. And this sort of thing has been documented for thousands of years.
Terrifying supernatural events like these are traditionally linked to ideas of the afterlife or the spirit world. But a leaked slide from a presentation by the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program to US military officials could change everything.
Slide 9 is really weird. It seems to link what we call UFOs to these kinds of supernatural powers.
This top-secret and explosive report was discovered by a blogger who released it into the public domain on August 9th, 2018. It has since been authenticated by the former head of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Luis Elizondo.
I've got to be very careful because that is an official government slide. That was part of an official government briefing. And I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it other than that it is a real slide.
Slide 9 begins with talk of the ability to manipulate both physical and cognitive environments, and then lists examples. It's official jargon for paranormal activity, or what some would call ghostly phenomena.
Well, what is a ghost? These are things that exist that aren't in our plane, in our reality. Well, some people say the same thing about UFOs.
The slide talks about the penetration of solid surfaces. Remember ghosts that walk through walls?
In popular imagination, UFOs are nuts and bolts spaceships, piloted by flesh and blood creatures from other planets.
But in many so-called UFO cases, the occupants behave more like ghosts than real solid creatures.
In 2007, the French government released a report from the town of Cusack, in which 2 school children saw a UFO, a sphere-like craft, in which they saw 4 black-clad individuals literally passing straight through its walls. They literally floated right into it.
But the link between UFOs and the paranormal, inferred in Slide 9, has been made before.
In 1995, government contractor Robert Bigelow set up an organization called NIDS, the National Institute for Discovery Science, to investigate the phenomenon of UFOs.
Researchers who worked on this program say that they discovered a link between UFOs and poltergeists, and they called that the Hitchhiker effect.
The Hitchhiker effect is when UFO witnesses have subsequent paranormal experiences that seem to attach to them.
Those experiences continue to happen and are recurring. And there are people who report that as the case.
And it's not only the witnesses themselves who are affected.
There was a man called Jim Axelrod, and he said that he observed strange orbs in the sky in Utah. And when he returned home to Virginia, his wife apparently began to see these weird, ghostly humanoid figures in their house.
Then one day, his children reported that they were downstairs and looking out the window, they saw a 7-foot-tall wolf-like creature standing up on hind legs and staring at them intently until it ran off at high speed, still on 2 legs. Clearly not normal canine activity.
These UFO-related paranormal experiences seem fantastical, but many are seen by multiple witnesses, so can't simply be dismissed as figments of the imagination.
It implies that this phenomenon manipulates reality in such a way to create not just hallucinations, but real events.
But for many, while UFOs may now be accepted as real, linking them to paranormal activity is a step too far. Instead, scientists and parapsychologists have searched for more conventional causes behind accounts of the supernatural.
Chris French, the parapsychologist at London's Goldsmiths College, has said that there is a logical explanation for many of these things. Take noises. Those can be explained by water hammering in pipes and radiators. Weird fires, they can be explained by regular home electrical faults. And how about objects being moved or seeming to be thrown around? They can be explained by structural faults, rats, beetles, birds, and even seismic activity like little earthquakes.
Michael Persinger at Laurentian University says infrasound might excite activity in the brain's temporal lobes. This could then stimulate the perception of a ghostly figure. And a team at the Association of Pacific Rim Universities proposed that electromagnetism could induce effects that humans could interpret as supernatural.
But some experts believe there is such a branch of scientific research and behavior that could account for genuine paranormal phenomena.
Quantum physics studies the behavior of reality at an atomic or subatomic level. Objects behave differently at this level to the rest of the physical world.
If you look at slide 9, what it seems to imply is that these spooky effects observed at quantum level are being used by the phenomena we call UFOs.
It's a belief backed up by University of Cambridge Nobel Prize winner Professor Brian Josephson. He says that paranormal phenomenon will come to be regarded the same way as quantum entanglement is now. That is, a seemingly impossible idea that is now accepted by mainstream science.
Intriguingly, slide 9 concludes by implying the US government already has some understanding of the mechanisms at work.
It says the DoD controls several facilities where events like this have taken place. And sensationally, it also says that the DoD has actually been involved in similar experiments in the past.
There's a lot that we don't understand. And there's a lot that we should be trying to understand.
Who knows what goes on behind the scenes at America's top secret laboratories and military installations? Perhaps they don't want us to find out.